Today we are going to present our ICT200 final group project about Dato Jaafar Hassan Library Management System.
So next is our members program. First, we got Izzati Ajwa and Aziz as a project manager or a meeting. Second, we have Nur Aina Dhiafatini and Nur Aina as a database designer. And lastly, we got Syafiatul Awla and Izzati Ajwa as database programmer. So first, I will present about the company background. UGM Library, or known as Perpustakaan Dato Jaafar Hassan, was established in 1974. There are two different libraries, which is known as the Old Library and the New Library. Both of these libraries share the same system and database as all the other UGM campus. And they are open during hours, which is 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday.
Current system description. So Perpustakaan Dato Jaafar Hassan currently use a system that is operated by people instead of computer. So the system doesn't have all the advanced features and make it difficult for staff to handle. So this could mean that important details could be lost. This is the current system full check.
For the problem statement, there are 5 problem statements. The first one is students still need to write their names and student ID manually every time they enter the library. The second one is having problem keep track of students who borrow and return books from the library. Third one is students tend to forget the return date and don't return at all. Fourth one is around every 3 months, books will arrive at the library, so the library staff has to key in the books data manually. And the last one is the fine is calculated manually for students who return the books late, which will cause error and careless mistakes. For the suggestion statement, there are 3 suggestions, which are integrate user-centric features into the database system, enhance the database's transaction management capabilities, and lastly, implement a feature like OBAR in database system to enhance real-time availability tracking of library resources. Here is our database objective. First is to understand library book loan process. Second is to implement a database system for book loan. And lastly, to design a database for the book loan process.
Business rule, we have 6 business rules, which are a borrower can borrow 1 or many books, a book can be borrowed by 1 or many borrower. So a book can have 1 category, and a category can have many books. A borrower can make 1 borrow transaction per time. A borrow transaction can be made by 1 borrower. So an author can write many books, a book can have 1 or many author. For each borrow transaction, the return shall be recorded and a fine shall be generated. And for the last one, each borrow transaction handled by many librarians. A librarian can handle 1 or many borrow transaction. The business rule, we have our ERD. So for our ERD, we have 7 tables.
Here is our trend aversion schema. First, we got borrow transaction. The primary key is loan ID. Next, we have borrower. The primary key is borrower ID. Third, we got book. The primary key is book ID. Fourth, we got author, and the primary key is author ID. Fifth, we got category, and the primary key is or category number. Sixth, we got librarian, and the primary key is librarian ID. And lastly, we got written book. The primary key is loan ID and borrow written date. So here are the borrow transaction table, borrower table, book table, author table, category table, librarian table, and written book table.
Simple query, I use comparison operators. So the question is, I need a list of books that were published after the year 2000. Sort by book ID.
Let's select book ID, book title, and your publish from book table where your publish is more than 2000. So we order it by book ID and execute a book that published after the year 2000.
So the question for the Scala function arithmetic is, I need a list of non-students that borrow a book for more than 7 days. List down their name, ID, and loan ID. Sort the list by the borrower's name.
So here is the query for the Scala function arithmetic. First, we select borrower name and label it as new. Next, we want the borrower ID and label it as ID. And then we want loan ID, label it as loan ID. It comes from the table borrow transaction. And since we retrieve from the multiple table, we have to use join on loan ID. The condition is the borrower category must be non-student, and the borrow return date minus borrow date is more than 7 divided by borrow window. And we execute. This is the
Next, the question for column function is, I need an average number of book pages in book category 6. List down the book category number, category name, and category shelf.
So for the column function query, first we select c.cat number as category number. Next is c.cat name as category name, and then c.cat shelf as category shelf,
And then the average of number page plus average number of pages from table book join with table category on cat number. The condition is the cat number must be 6. For the last one, using subqueries. So the question is, I need a list of the name and the librarian ID who are making a borrow transaction under book name Impiana. So sort it by name. So first we select librarian ID as librarian ID. Then I use concate librarian name as librarian name from librarian table where librarian ID in select this thing BT. BT stands for borrow transaction. From borrow B join book table B on borrow transaction book ID equals to book ID where book title equals to Impiana. Then we order it by librarian name. Then we execute the librarian name that handle borrow transaction on the book Impiana.